20 famous actors you will never see again. Man, the movie business is seriously tough. Sometimes actors just hit their limit. With all the nonstop pressure of the movie world, quite a few of them straight up stepped away, choosing a quieter life or a totally different path instead of staying in the spotlight. In this video, we're going to dive into the stories of 20 well-known actors who basically exited stage left and disappeared from the public eye. We'll look at why they walked away and also check out the pretty amazing lives they've built since then. So yeah, get ready to be surprised by what they're doing now. Number 20, Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis rose to fame in the late 80s and early 90s, showing off his awesome comedic talent. He moved from supporting roles to leading parts in hit movies like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Spaceballs. But his career took a sudden turn when he stepped away from the spotlight after the loss of his wife. As a single father, Moranis focused on raising his kids instead of chasing acting roles, finding it really tough to juggle parenting with the demanding filming schedules. At first it was meant to be a short break in 1997, but Moranis ended up staying away from acting for good, realizing he didn't miss the crazy chaos of the film industry. Even though he turned down a role in the 2016 Ghostbusters reboot, Moranis made it clear he never officially retired. He's just way more picky about the projects he takes. Fans still hope he'll come back to the big screen someday to bring back that classic humor and charm. Number 19, Randy Quaid. Randy Quaid, known for his comedic roles, also kind of vanished from the spotlight. His standout performance in The Last Detail in 1973 earned him nominations for an Academy Award, a BAFTA Award, and a Golden Globe Award. In 1978, he delivered a strong performance as a PR prisoner in Midnight Express. Then in 2004, Quaid appeared on stage as Frank in Sam Shepard's The God of Hell, presented by the New School University at the Actor Studio Drama School in New York, once again showing his range as an actor. But Quaid's story takes a really bizarre turn. Even after gaining fame in Hollywood and making good money, Quaid and his wife got involved in criminal activities, including credit card fraud and illegally squatting in a property they once owned. Every time Quaid posted bail, he'd bolt and run from the law. Eventually, he and his wife were detained after fleeing to Canada. Because of all this drama, Hollywood has pretty much kept its distance from offering him more roles. Number 18, Renee Zellweger. Renee Zellweger, after winning an Academy Award for her performance in Cold Mountain, shot up to global fame. After that big break, Zellweger worked on several small indie projects, gathering more critical praise. Feeling refreshed, she eventually returned to mainstream Hollywood cinema. She appeared with Meryl Streep in the emotional drama One True Thing in 1998 and starred alongside Jim Carrey in Me, Myself, and Irene in 2000, a project that even sparked a real-life romance. She also earned her first Oscar nomination. Soon after that, she received a second nomination for her role in the musical Chicago in 2002. Even with all that success, Zellweger decided to step away from acting for a while. She once said, "I found anonymity so I could have human-level conversations with people and be seen and heard, not just judged by the image people have before I even walk into a room." Honestly, who could argue with that? Number 17, Jack Gleon Ch. Jack Gleon, famous for playing the super-hated Joffrey Baratheon in Game of Thrones, started acting at the young age of 8 through the Independent Theater Workshop. Early in his career, he appeared in films like Reign of Fire in 2002 and Batman Begins in 2005, later landing a major role in All Good Children in 2010. Over the years, Gleon was also a key member of the Collapsing Horse Theatre Company in Dublin, a group he helped create and run in 2012. Then Gleon surprised everyone when he announced he was leaving acting after Game of Thrones to focus on academia. Instead of Hollywood, he chose to study philosophy back in Ireland. Considering his proven talent, his departure shocked a lot of fans. His absence definitely left a gap in the acting world that people still feel. If you like this video, drop a number 9 in the comments below. Number 16, Kirk Cameron. Kirk Cameron started his journey in entertainment as a child actor, appearing in several TV shows and movies. He's most famous for playing Mike Saver on the sitcom Growing Pains for 7 seasons. He also appeared in films like Father Like Son and Listen to Me. In 2022, Cameron starred in the Kendra Brothers film Life Mark, playing Jimmy Colton David's adoptive father, and the movie earned over $5 million domestically. These days, though, Kirk Cameron is more widely known for his strong Christian faith rather than his acting work. He often shares his opinions about religion, homosexuality, and other topics, which has created a pretty tense relationship with Hollywood. Whether it's in interviews or on social media, Cameron openly speaks his beliefs and doesn't really care how the industry reacts. Number 15, Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes rose to fame as a child actress and quickly became a familiar face on Nickelodeon before moving into leading roles in teen comedy movies like She's the Man and What a Girl Wants. In 2007, she played Penny Pingleton in the hit musical comedy Hairspray, which was both a critical and commercial success and released in more than 3,000 theaters. The film became a major moment in Bynes' career, earning her praise as part of the talented ensemble cast. In 2008, Bynes even won the Critics' Choice Award for Best Acting Ensemble and received a Screen Actors Guild nomination. But despite those achievements, she shocked fans by announcing her retirement from acting on Twitter in 2010, saying, "If I don't enjoy something anymore, I quit doing it. I don't enjoy acting anymore, so I quit doing it." She admitted that retiring at 24 was pretty young. Later in a 2018 interview with EW, she talked about possibly returning. Now at 35, Bynes has mentioned a comeback, but so far it hasn't happened. Number 14, Daniel Day-Lewis. Daniel Day-Lewis is widely considered one of the greatest actors of our time, known for being extremely picky about the roles he chooses, something tied to his dedication to method acting. His performance as Abraham Lincoln in Steven Spielberg's Lincoln in 2012 won him his second Golden Globe for Best Actor on January 14th, 2013, and also recognition at the 66th British Academy Film Awards. At the 85th Academy Awards, Day-Lewis made history by becoming the first actor ever to win 3 Best Actor Oscars for his role in Lincoln. After that massive win, Day-Lewis announced a 5-year break from acting and retreated to his farmhouse in County Wicklow, Ireland. Later, he returned to the screen in Paul Thomas Anderson's historical drama Phantom Thread in 2017. But right before the movie was released, his publicist Leslie Dart revealed on June 20th, 2017, that Day-Lewis had decided to retire from acting, giving no specific reason for the sudden decision. Number 13, Michael J. Fox. Michael J. Fox first appeared in films Midnight Madness in 1980 and Class of 1984 and 1982, where he was credited as Michael Fox. In 1991, he starred in the romantic comedy Doc Hollywood, playing a skilled doctor who dreams of becoming a plastic surgeon. Fox also appeared in 5 episodes of the second season of ABC's political drama Designated Survivor as Ethan West, a character responsible for evaluating whether the president was fit for office. But in 2020, after watching a scene in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where Leonardo DiCaprio's character struggles to remember his lines, something Fox had also experienced while filming The Good Fight, he decided it was time to step away for good and announced his permanent retirement from acting. Number 12, Karen Parsons. Karen Parsons is best known for playing Hilary Banks on the NBC comedy The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which ran from 1990 to 1996. In 1996, she also became co-creator, co-producer, co-writer, and co-star of the Fox sitcom Lush Life, although sadly it was canceled after just 4 episodes. She also appeared in the critically praised but short-lived TV series The Job in 2001 alongside Dennis L.Y. Parsons showed up in several films too, especially comedies like Late Nights in 1992 and The Ladies' Man in 2000. Even though she stepped away from acting in the early 2000s, Karen Parsons' role as Hilary in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is still unforgettable for fans. Outside of acting, she's a writer and history lover who founded Sweet Blackberry, a nonprofit that shares lesser-known stories about African-American achievements. Her work on and off-screen still inspires people today. If you like this video, drop a number 9 in the comments below. Number 11, Paula Deen. Paula Deen, once a popular television personality appearing on shows like Top Chef, Master Chef, Chef, Extreme Makeover Home Edition, and even the 2012 movie Elizabethtown, had plans to create a Shirley Temple ice cream float for Michael. But her career took a massive hit in 2012 after racism allegations surfaced. Lisa Jackson, a manager at Paula's restaurant Uncle Bubba's Seafood and Oyster House in Savannah, Georgia, filed a lawsuit accusing her of using racist language, including the N-word around employees. Jackson also claimed Dean once suggested a wedding theme featuring black men dressed as slaves. Dean admitted she had used the word in the past, but argued that times had changed. She defended the wedding theme by saying she saw it used at another place. Even though she posted apology videos, the Food Network cut ties with her. Attempts to repair her image, like appearing on Dancing with the Stars, didn't really help. In 2015, she faced criticism again after posting a photo of her son with a darkened face, which she later deleted. All these controversies seriously damaged Dean's once respected career and changed how people view her both personally and professionally. Number 10. T.J. Miller. T.J. Miller, who hit a career peak with the success of the Deadpool films, went through a rough patch that kept him out of Deadpool 3. Even though he made around $2 million from the franchise, he left the third movie because of issues with lead actor Ryan Reynolds. Miller said Reynolds treated him in a belittling way, which created a huge rift between them. Despite attempts to fix things, Miller never returned for Deadpool 3, which seriously hurt his career momentum. He was also well known for playing Eric Bachman in Silicon Valley, but he left that show after 4 seasons following disagreements with the producers. After leaving, he publicly criticized the series, which only added to the drama. Miller's troubles got even worse in December 2018, when he was taken into custody for making a fake bomb threat on a train while intoxicated after a heated argument. Moreover, he also faced accusations of harassment and aggressive behavior from several women, with co-star Alice Wetland calling him a bully and recalling uncomfortable encounters. These controversies had serious consequences on Miller's professional opportunities and public reputation, highlighting the need for proper behavior in the entertainment industry. Number 9. Meg Ryan. Widely known for her performances in classic 90s romantic comedies like Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail alongside Tom Hanks helped define the rom-com era. Her on-screen chemistry with Hanks was unforgettable, turning those films into timeless favorites. Beyond romantic roles, Ryan also showed her range in dramatic movies, such as Courage Under Fire and When a Man Loves a Woman. In recent years, Ryan has stepped into directing while also focusing on motherhood and other creative projects. Although she may appear less frequently on the big screen, her influence on the film world, especially romantic comedies, remains significant. Number 8. Kat Dennings. Moving on to another star, Kat Dennings found major success through her role in Two Broke Girls, a popular series that secured her financial stability through strong syndication deals, with each of the 138 episodes earning about $1.7 million. Aside from television success, Dennings also gained recognition as Darcy Lewis in the Thor films within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which increased her popularity. However, her absence from later Marvel projects led to speculation about whether her journey in the role had ended. Dennings split from musician Josh Groban in 2016, just before the 6th season of Two Broke Girls, which drew considerable public attention. Although their breakup was friendly, personal events like this can sometimes affect an actor's career direction. Looking ahead, Dennings appears ready for a potential return to the spotlight. With the Hulu pilot Dollface in the series, she plays a woman attempting to reconnect with her friends after going through a difficult breakup. Supported by a strong production team, an engaging storyline, Dollface may mark Dennings' impressive return to television prominence. Number 7. Charlie Sheen, once one of the highest paid actors on television, earning $1.8 million per episode of 2.5 Men. His career later suffered a major decline because of long-standing struggles with addiction that began in the 1990s. The situation worsened with several public incidents involving substance abuse and allegations of violence. After his arrest in 2009, the problems escalated in 2010, forcing production on 2.5 Men to pause while Sheen entered treatment. Despite attempts to recover, his unpredictable actions and harsh remarks toward the show's creator Chuck Lorre eventually resulted in his dismissal in March 2011. In recent times, Charlie Sheen has shown signs of rebuilding his life claiming more than a year of sobriety and exploring new television projects in an emotional discussion. He openly addressed his troubled past, accepting responsibility for the mistakes he made. He explained that his downfall came from a toxic mix of desperation, immaturity, substance abuse, immense pressure, and feelings of betrayal. Today, Sheen remains focused on maintaining sobriety, representing a notable transformation in both his personal and professional life. Number 6. Sean Connery. Sean Connery, the legendary actor who first brought James Bond to life, had an extraordinary journey before reaching fame. He once worked in a modest job polishing coffins. However, Hollywood soon recognized his charm, talent, and presence, leading him to display impressive versatility in roles ranging from the sophisticated spy Bond to Indiana Jones's Father. Connery left a lasting legacy in the movie industry. His powerful performance in The Untouchables earned him an Academy Award, while his role in Highlander further solidified his legendary status. After an illustrious career, Connery chose to step away from acting in 2003 and enjoy a quiet life in the Bahamas, away from the spotlight. And there you have it, stories of Hollywood stars whose careers followed unexpected paths. Which actor do you miss seeing on screen the most? Drop their initials in the comments. I would choose M for Meg Ryan. We would love to hear your opinions. Remember to like this video and subscribe to Iconic Inside for more fascinating insights. See you next time. 10 famous people who went from rich to poor. Get ready to be surprised as we reveal the incredible stories of 10 well-known personalities who went from living in luxury to experiencing financial collapse, from incredible wealth to shocking hardship. These stories may leave you stunned. Join us as we explore the dramatic changes in the lives of these once wealthy celebrities. Buckle up for a wild journey through the unpredictable world of fame and fortune in 10 famous people who went from rich to poor. Stay with us for a revealing look that might change the way you see success and money. Pamela Anderson. The financial path of Pamela Anderson has been extremely turbulent as she experienced both enormous wealth and serious financial struggles. Once a worldwide icon, her fortune was estimated at $35 million, but heavy spending and several challenges pushed her dangerously close to financial ruin. During her peak, Anderson lived an extravagant lifestyle, owning homes in both Canada and Malibu. Her love for expensive travel, luxury jewelry, and cosmetic treatments quickly reduced her large fortune. In the year 2000, she started an ambitious renovation of her Malibu home, which unexpectedly ended up costing around $8 million, placing further strain on her finances. Her troubles increased because of tax problems. According to state records, she had accumulated $493,144 in unpaid personal income taxes to the state of California, in addition to facing a $7 million lien. She also owed the Canadian government $31,000 in property taxes for her Ladysmith house. These financial pressures eventually forced Anderson and her sons Brandon Thomas Lee and Dylan Jagger Lee to live in a trailer park. Her former partner John Peters stepped in and paid off debts totaling around $200,000 while expressing frustration about the situation. Despite these struggles, Pamela Anderson has recently seen improvement in her financial situation. Her Malibu home sold for $1.8 million in 2021, and the success of her 2023 memoir Love, Pamela, along with its Netflix documentary version, helped rebuild her net worth to nearly $20 million. Stephen Baldwin, the youngest member of the famous Baldwin brothers, has faced serious financial instability, proving that even successful celebrities can encounter major money problems. Although he once enjoyed a thriving career as an actor and reality television personality, Baldwin's finances eventually collapsed, forcing him to declare bankruptcy. At the height of his career, Baldwin achieved recognition through roles in films like The Usual Suspects and Biodome, and his fame brought opportunities on reality shows, including Celebrity Apprentice and I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. However, this prosperity did not last. The late 2000s marked the start of Baldwin's financial difficulties, largely because of tax issues. In 2012, he was arrested for failing to file New York State taxes for 3 consecutive years between 2008 and 2010, resulting in more than $400,000 in unpaid taxes, interest, and penalties. Although he managed to reduce the debt to around $300,000, this represented only part of his financial crisis. Baldwin filed for bankruptcy in 2009, revealing debts of more than $2 million. This amount included mortgages on his property totaling $1.2 million, which exceeded its $1 million value. Additionally, he owed $770,000 in credit card debt and over $1 million in unpaid taxes. The situation worsened when Baldwin failed to make mortgage payments of $77,000 each month for 6 years, eventually leading to foreclosure of his home in 2017, combined with the financial crash of 2008 and 2009, which heavily affected the entertainment industry. Baldwin's attempts to move into faith-based projects failed to restore his finances, leaving him with a net worth estimated at minus $2 million. Lena Headey, the British actress famous for playing Cersei Lannister in the hit HBO series Game of Thrones, experienced a remarkable financial journey, moving from great wealth to severe financial challenges during the height of her Game of Thrones success. Headey reportedly earned $1 million per episode, making her one of the highest paid television actresses. This huge income, along with smart real estate investments, pushed her net worth to an estimated $12 million by 2023. However, she also faced serious financial obstacles. In 2013, Headey made headlines after revealing that she had less than $5 in her bank account following a difficult divorce from her former husband, musician Peter Lochran. This sudden financial hardship sharply contrasted with her previous success. The demands of maintaining a high-profile career and an expensive lifestyle also added pressure to her finances. Despite earning millions, she came dangerously close to bankruptcy, a situation not uncommon in the entertainment world. Headey's difficulties were further complicated by a legal dispute with her ex-husband over a $46,000 tax refund from 2011, according to court records obtained by TMZ. Headey relied on credit cards to support herself and her son, Wiley Elliott. She requested $6,000 from the refund to cover living expenses, but the judge denied the request, leaving her in a fragile financial situation. Because YouTube tends to promote interactive videos, please comment okay if you found this video interesting. Thank you. Courtney Love. Courtney Love has experienced a chaotic financial journey, shifting between periods of success and severe money troubles. As the former lead singer of Hole and an actress, she has faced numerous financial struggles over the years, including tax issues and bankruptcy filings. At the peak of her career, Love reportedly had a net worth of around $100 million, largely from her music and acting career. However, her extravagant spending habits and legal problems quickly reduced that fortune. In a candid statement in 2009, she admitted that she had spent $27 million of Nirvana-related funds, which she inherited after the death of her husband Kurt Cobain. Love's financial troubles reached another peak in 2014, when she faced a large tax lien of $319,700 from the state of California. This event became another chapter in a long series of financial setbacks for the singer, who had previously filed for bankruptcy protection in both 1992 and 1993. Despite her enormous wealth, Love has openly spoken about the times she faced poverty. In a 2010 interview, she remembered a period when she couldn't even afford a pair of shoes and had to rely on the kindness of strangers just to get by. This sharp contrast between her public image as a wealthy rocker and the reality of her financial struggles has remained a recurring theme throughout her life. Adding to her financial troubles were the legal battles Love had to face. In 2000, she sued her former manager, claiming financial mismanagement that left her nearly broke. The case was eventually settled outside of court, highlighting the complicated side of celebrity life and business. Gary Busey, the well-known actor famous for his performances in films like the Buddy Holly story and Point Break, has also experienced a turbulent financial journey during his career. Once a successful and wealthy Hollywood figure, Busey's financial struggles have been widely documented, serving as a warning about how unstable fame and fortune can be. At the height of his career, Busey earned millions of dollars through acting roles and various business ventures. However, a series of personal and professional setbacks eventually led to his financial downfall. In 1988, Busey was involved in a life-threatening motorcycle accident that left him with a severe brain injury. This turning point not only affected his ability to work, but also led to a long struggle with addiction and erratic behavior, further worsening his financial situation. Busey's financial problems reached their peak in 2012 when he filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, admitting debts of more than $500,000. The filing revealed that he had less than $50,000 in assets and owed money to several creditors, including the IRS, Wells Fargo, and UCLA Medical Center. His financial issues were made worse by failed business ventures, legal disputes, and rising medical bills. On top of that, in 2010, Busey was diagnosed with cancer, which only added more pressure to an already difficult financial situation. Gary Coleman, best known for playing Arnold Jackson on the hit sitcom Different Strokes, went through a financial journey just as difficult as his personal life. Although he earned millions as a child actor, Coleman later filed for bankruptcy because of poor financial management, legal conflicts, and ongoing health issues. During the late 1970s and early 1980s, at the peak of his fame, Coleman reportedly earned $100,000 per episode of Different Strokes. Sadly, poor financial planning and the management of his earnings by parents and advisors caused much of that money to disappear. By the time he became an adult, Coleman had only a small portion of his childhood fortune left. Along with financial troubles, Coleman also faced a series of legal battles and medical problems that further damaged his financial stability. In 1999, he filed for bankruptcy, listing debts of more than $1 million. Court records revealed that he had less than $1,000 in assets while still owing money to several parties, including the IRS and his former business manager. Coleman's financial struggles were also made worse by serious health issues, especially a congenital kidney disease that required numerous surgeries and hospital stays. As his acting opportunities declined, steady work became difficult to find. The growing medical costs made it harder and harder for him to meet his financial obligations. Despite attempts to revive his career, Coleman was never able to fully recover financially. He occasionally appeared in low-budget films and reality television shows, but he never reached the level of success he had enjoyed as a young star. Because YouTube prioritizes interactive videos, please comment OK if you find this video interesting. Thank you. MC Hammer, whose real name is Stanley Kirk Burrell, is another powerful example of how fragile fame and wealth can be in the entertainment world. The rapper, known for hit songs like You Can't Touch This and Too Legit to Quit, rose to massive fame in the early 1990s and built a fortune worth more than $30 million. However, his extravagant spending habits and poor financial management eventually led to his downfall, creating a cautionary story for young artists and performers. At the peak of his career, Hammer earned about $33 million in 1991 alone, which would equal nearly $50 million today. Instead of carefully investing his money, he chose a lifestyle of luxury. He spent heavily on expensive cars, a private jet, and even owned 21 racehorses, some costing as much as $1 million each. One of Hammer's most extravagant purchases was his massive 200-room mansion, where he spent nearly $30 million on renovations. He also kept an entourage of around 200 people, costing him about $500,000 every month. These massive expenses, combined with declining album sales in the following years, eventually led to Hammer's financial collapse. In 1996, just a few years after reaching the peak of his fame, Hammer filed for bankruptcy, revealing debts of more than $13 million. To repay his creditors, he was forced to sell many of his assets, including his mansion and luxury vehicles. The once wealthy rapper suddenly found himself struggling financially and trying to rebuild his career. Brendan Fraser, the beloved actor known for films like The Mummy and George of the Jungle, has also experienced a dramatic financial journey during his career. Once one of Hollywood's most popular actors, Fraser had an estimated net worth of around $45 million. However, his financial struggles later became widely known, showing how fragile fame and wealth can be in the film industry. During the late 1990s and early 2000s, Fraser was among the highest-paid actors, earning huge salaries for blockbuster films. But a series of personal and professional problems slowly led to financial trouble. His financial difficulties began in the mid-2000s when acting roles became less frequent, and he went through a costly divorce from Afton Smith after 9 years of marriage. Reports suggested that Fraser had to pay around $900,000 per year in alimony and child support, placing a heavy burden on his finances. On top of that, Fraser suffered serious health issues, including a severe back injury that required several surgeries. The medical bills and long breaks from work made his financial situation even worse. By the late 2000s, his net worth had significantly declined, putting him in a very difficult financial position. In 2013, Fraser also revealed that he had been blacklisted in Hollywood after refusing to stay silent about a sexual assault incident, which further affected his career and income. Mike Tyson, the legendary boxer known as Iron Mike, also experienced both the extreme highs and crushing lows of fame and fortune. At the peak of his boxing career, Tyson's net worth reached an incredible $400 million, fueled by his dominance in the ring and massive endorsement deals. However, a lavish lifestyle and poor financial decisions eventually led to his downfall. In 2003, at the age of 37, Tyson filed for bankruptcy, reporting debts of more than $23 million. His huge spending habits included luxury homes, exotic pets, and maintaining a large entourage, all of which drained his massive fortune. Legal fees, child support payments, and unpaid taxes only added to his financial problems. Despite everything, Tyson eventually showed resilience and determination. He began rebuilding his finances by investing in new business ventures, including Tyson 2.0, a successful cannabis brand, and by hosting the popular podcast Hotboxing with Mike Tyson. His ability to learn from his past mistakes and adapt to new opportunities played a key role in his financial comeback. Toni Braxton, the Grammy-winning R&B singer known for hits like Unbreak My Heart and Breathe Again, has also experienced a challenging financial journey throughout her career. Even though she achieved massive fame and wealth, Braxton faced multiple bankruptcies and financial setbacks, proving how unstable success in the entertainment industry can be. During the 1990s, Braxton was one of the highest-earning R&B artists, making millions from album sales, concerts, and endorsements. However, her financial problems started appearing in the early 2000s due to health issues and legal battles that threatened her career. In 1998, Braxton filed for bankruptcy for the first time, revealing debts of over $1 million. Later, in 2010, she filed for bankruptcy again, reporting assets of less than $50,000 while her debts exceeded $10 million. Her financial troubles were made worse by expensive spending habits that included luxury homes, expensive cars, and designer fashion. Even so, Braxton showed determination and a strong desire to rebuild her life and career. She continued touring and releasing music, and in 2014 she appeared in the reality television series Braxton Family Values, which helped revive both her popularity and her financial stability. Today, Toni Braxton's net worth is estimated to be around $10 million, showing her ability to recover from serious setbacks. Looking at the journeys of these celebrities who went from huge wealth to financial struggles, whose story touched you the most? Comment the initials of the person you relate to the most. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the iconic Inside channel for more fascinating stories. Join us as we continue exploring the dramatic paths of famous figures and the complicated world of fame and fortune.